Over the years, it takes us a while to appreciate things until they're gone. And I gotta do one thing. All the respect and kudos go to John Cena over his contributions for not only the WWE, but just for professional wrestling and making it at least the biggest part of our lives. So, knowing this is going to be a farewell to John Cena, because practically most of the guys from our childhood will be at least moving on to different endeavors, or sadly they won't be with us. It'd be good to at least remember the good parts. And John Cena has plenty of good parts. So, we'll be going over many of John Cena's best matches. And one of them is Umaga versus John Cena 2007 Royal Rumble match. Last man standing, look it up. Probably one of my favorite matches. Has immediate psychology, had some crazy steel post, steel step spots that you won't ever see. Legitimate trials and tribulation. Great selling. John Cena getting busted open and still fighting over the pain. With Umaga, probably one of his best opportunities to be headlining around the Rumble, but knowing it was around Mania season, probably not the best opportunity for him. But probably one of the best matches you'll ever recommend a fan that doesn't watch a lot of WWE to watch. If you want to see younger, primer John Cena, where he still freshly had a fanfare around '07, probably the best title reign Cena had with the WWE title. So if y'all ever had the opportunity, look it up. Second ever match we can go over, probably people would say their 2013 encounter back on Raw to see who'd face The Rock at WrestleMania when it came to John Cena versus CM Punk, where Punk put up the pile driver. I liked their match back in 2012 Night of Champions when I was watching as a kid. Another great match. A lot more psychology, that using the title to win the belt back. At the same time, when John Cena was in the world title drought, guy didn't win the world title back until WrestleMania 29, the year after, even though he was still headlining majority of the shows. And just outstanding work. I felt this was more entertaining than their match at Money in the Bank 2011, because there was more desperation, and Punk just works better as a heel. Well, instead of the world being with him, in my opinion. But it works out for him. Check it out if you can. I'm sure the WWE Network thinks Punk is back. They don't mind pushing over a John Cena Punk match. Hell, I think they have it over in the showcase mode. Back when they were first displaying it on WWE 2K15, if y'all have the game, I somehow still have it, even though it's critically bombed by most people because that was their first launch on Next Gen. If you try to get recommended into a match, please look up JBL versus John Cena. Not WrestleMania 21, even though it was a great match. It was kind of basic, simple. We kind of all knew John Cena was going to pick up the W against JBL, beat his record as being the world champion. Look up their I Quit match back in Judgment Day 2005. Another memorable match where Cena used the part of the limousine, crashes him through the glass back when pay-per-views actually had accessories and looked like a different atmosphere, instead of nowadays where it feels like just a different template of a different stadium that you do not care that it's in Saudi Arabia. I'm just keeping it 1,000 with a lot of fans out there. Probably people won't try to recognize this match as being a great John Cena match because who carried him for the match, but I felt like another one, low-key. If you guys ever look it up, and this is a more recent one, 2016 Money in the Bank between AJ Styles and John Cena, where AJ Styles picked up the W after some interference by the club from Luke Gallows and Anderson. Very entertaining. Told a decent enough story with AJ Styles trying to be the man in charge and trying to be like the face that runs the place, whole thing where the beat up John Cena segment, good enough build up for AJ Styles' first year in the WWE, and it's probably one of the best single year of WWE debuts you ever seen since Kurt Angle back in his debut back at 98 to 99, where he was king of the ring. At the same time, he became WWE champion at the calendar year. Same thing as AJ Styles, except both guys didn't win the Rumble. And I think the only difference is Kurt Angle kind of headlined at WrestleMania with Eddie Guerrero because they can't do WrestleMania 20 justice because of the incident. But besides that, another great, outstanding, memorable match between John Cena and a guy that you won't consider, because that probably the biggest connection that you have to him and Shawn Michaels when it comes like the talent pool John Cena have had. But that's just the list that I have. Probably I'll do more if you guys have any more suggestions. Tell me what's your favorite John Cena match in his career. I think there's plenty. If you want to put Kurt Angle, Batista, Kane, Triple H, Randy Orton. Out of their 20 matches, I never liked any of them. Edge, TLC 2006. Tell me, let's try to remember the good times, even though we know we're all full-out human beings at the end of the day. And John Cena is probably not your favorite, your greatest wrestler, but he's one of the greatest. You know what I'm saying? That's it for me. Thanks for watching.